Alright, so now if you've sewn around your entire apron, the top of your pockets, your 4 straps, and you got the embroidery that you want done, the next step is to turn your straps right side out and to do any extra decorations that you want to do. So, to turn your straps right side out, you're going to have this large safety pin that you can come and get from me. You will just put your large safety pin in and secure it so you don't stab yourself like this, and you're going to thread it through. Now the first time you do it is going to be the most difficult because you're going to have to get down here at the end and make sure it tucks itself in, inside out. But then after that's done, you'll just continue to, I'm holding the safety pin underneath here, and I will fill it up with fabric, and then I can pull, and it's going to turn it right side out. Uh-oh. Sorry about example. It came undone while it was inside there. If you do too much thread, sometimes that'll happen, but, or not thread, if you do too much fabric at once, sometimes that'll happen, but that's fine, because that means I get to show you all again. So, you're going to take your needle, or your safety pin, just put it through, secure it, and then the first time you do it is when you're going to flip the fabric inside out and start pulling it through. So do a little bit, and then pull. Do a little bit more, and then pull. So then you'll do a little bit more, and then eventually your safety pin will come out here at the top, okay? Once it's out here at the top, oops, sorry, it ripped out again, but that's fine because this is out here, then you can just turn this all the way back right side out, okay? So this is what it'll look like. You will do that with all 4 of your straps, all right? And then any decorative things that you have, now would be the time to put them on there. Also, you get 1 free embroidery. I did 2 on here just as an example for you all of what it would look like on a pocket and what it would look like on the top of the apron. Okay, so there is no right or wrong that you can do when you're decorating your apron. I, for instance, am going to put 3 lines of my rickrack at the top of each pocket. So what I'll do is just measure out how much rickrack I need for each line. And then I'll cut it up. And then I'll pin it down. So place it exactly where you want it. And I'll cut it out for this pocket. And just make sure, now I'm not pinning the pockets to the apron yet or anything, I just have it laid here for space on my table. But you want to make sure, that everything is measured out right. So I'm going to put these pockets right next to each other and see that I spaced out my rickrack correctly. Other things that you could do is, I might do a couple layers of this at the top, or 1 layer at the top and 1 layer at the bottom just to tie it all in. I know some people have lace that they'll put at the bottom, or they might have ribbon that they're going to put all the way around their pockets. Whatever you're going to do, there's no right or wrong, but you're going to want to pin it down, and this would be the step where you'd want to do it. Okay, so I'll just pin this rickrack down, and then I'll go back and I'll sew it all the way on. The next step that I would do of sewing before we actually complete and put the pockets on and the straps on would be, now that we have all 4 of our straps finished and flipped back out, you're going to finish the edges to them. So if you see, I just tucked that in like so that we don't see any raw edges. Just put 1 pin in there and I'll sew that shut. Do it the same for the other side. So you're going to take this, tuck it in, put a pin, and sew it shut. A step that you can do, which is optional, is ironing this down. That way you can make sure, some people care about the seam. They might want it to be straight all the way, or they might want it to be on the edge. That doesn't, that's just your preference. You can iron it down first before you sew the ends of it. But that's it for this step. So once you sew these all down, pin it down, sew it, all 4 of these, pin in the edges of them, sew it, and you're good to go.